Welcome back to MADMAN Review. So, you were in the market for your first precision rifle, or maybe your first so-called sniper rifle, right? Well, today we're going to break down our top picks for your first precision rifle. Now, there are only a couple of budget options on this list, but if you're on a budget, the first smart move is to hit up the used market. Seriously, this is a gold mine that most folks don't really consider. We all start thinking, okay, I'm gonna buy brand new. How much dough do I have? Like, I've got 400 bucks to spare. What rifle does that get me? Well, it could snag you a Savage Access 2, but hold up. You might also luck out and score a seldom used Savage 110. Like other kinds of rifles, not many folks put tons of rounds through their precision rifles. They might shoot like 100 or 2, and then they're ready to part ways. They want something shiny and new, and they're just over it. So definitely don't overlook the used market. And speaking of options, the accuracy game usually comes down to how the barrels are cut rather than the specific caliber they're chambered in. So whether you're into 6.5 Creedmoor, 308 Winchester, or whatever tickles your fancy, you've got choices. Number 8, Savage Access 2. Let's kick things off with number 8, the Savage Access 2. This rifle comes in at a price tag of $450. Now, it's true that the Access 2 doesn't boast all the bells and whistles of a top-tier precision or sniper rifle, but when it comes to precision, it's right on the money. If you're really working with a tight budget and aiming for accuracy, my go-to recommendation would be the Savage Access 2. In the past, they did offer heavier barrel versions alongside the Savage Access 2 precision model, and those thicker barrels are what I'd suggest seeking out. If you manage to spot a Savage Access 2 with a heavy barrel on the used market, you've got yourself a fantastic piece or a stellar starting point for a precision rifle. Savage crafts rifles across a range of price points, but I've noticed a scarcity of heavy barrel versions. The crux of the matter lies in the number of consecutive shots before your groupings start to spread. A slim barrel like this one delivers around 3 accurate shots before things get messy. The Axis platform impressed enough that they decided to up its game with the Savage Access 2 Precision. This upgraded version rings in at about $850, which is a tad pricey, yet it bundles a pretty solid package. Still, should you opt for this if your wallet can stretch further? Personally, my take is no. Sure, we managed sub-MOA accuracy, but it took a mishmash of match ammo brands to find its sweet spot. Another hiccup is that by the time you've pinpointed the ammo it fancies, you might have spent more on bullets than on the rifle itself. Number 7, Savage 110 Tactical. Let's talk about number 7 on our list, the Savage 110 Tactical. In the world of rifles, this one offers the most bang for your buck, hands down. So, if you're working with a budget of around $650, my strongest recommendation is the Savage 110 Tactical. It packs a beefy barrel profile and a threaded muzzle, a feature not commonly found in the more budget-friendly rifles. That means you can slap on a muzzle brake or even go for a suppressor. You also get a factory-installed EGW20 MOA rail, allowing you to squeeze more adjustment out of your scope. The rifle is adaptable for AICS magazines and sports an extended bolt knob that's oversized for easy cartridge extraction. Plus, it comes equipped with an Accu trigger that is miles ahead of the one on the Savage Access 2. The pull is as light as 1.5 pounds, breaking clean and smooth. Now let's talk about the stock. Despite its plasticky appearance, this stock has an internal aluminum mini chassis that ensures a perfect bedding between the action and the stock. Unlike some other rifles that might use aluminum pillar beds, which are less than ideal, Savage steps up its game here. The only gripes I've got with this rifle are occasional ejection hiccups and a grip that could be a tad more vertical, but when it comes to getting the most bang for your buck, nothing comes close to the Savage 110 Tactical. Number 6, CZ557 Varmint. Coming in at number 6 is the CZ557 Varmint. These have long been discontinued, but you should still be able to find some online. This rifle rocks a distinctive walnut stock featuring a broad, flat forend, a nearly vertical pistol grip, and a raised cheek piece that lines up your eye perfectly with your optic. The grip areas get bonus points for being stippled, giving you a secure hold, while the flat buttstock ensures ideal recoil placement on your rear bag. The barrel stretches to 25.6 inches and sports a hefty contour. The trigger is completely adjustable. You're in for a treat. Currently, it's offered in .308 Winchester and feeds from durable 10-round steel magazines. Mounting optics is a breeze with the 19mm dovetail on the receiver. You can roll with CZ rings or attach a rail up top to accommodate your preferred long-range optic. Number 5. Howa Oryx. Claiming the number 5 spot is the Howa Oryx, with a manufacturer's suggested retail price of $1,099. It owes its moniker to the straightforward yet effective chassis from the Canadian chassis manufacturer. This rig offers the stiffness necessary for long-range systems while retaining the sought-after customizability that shooters demand. On top of that, it brings the extras, a roomy forend and a barricade stop that make it a versatile contender. To keep costs in check, it trims down on some of the bells and whistles often seen on various chassis options. That means it skips accessory mounting points and the convenient adjustment controls found on many chassis. Nevertheless, the bottom line is that you're getting a rifle that delivers where it counts. Number 4. Bergara B14 HMR. At number 4, we've got the Bergara B14 HMR, and let me tell you, it's what the Remington 700 should have grown up to be. Unfortunately, the Remington 700 never quite reached the level of prestige that the Burgeras have achieved. Priced at $1,000, the B14 HMR shares a similar barreled action with the Remington 700, but it's on a whole different level. The Bergara B14 boasts an incredibly smooth action, with a 90-degree bolt throw, making lifting the bolt a breeze. The adjustable trigger is present, although it's not the absolute cream of the crop. But remember, a rifle's accuracy doesn't solely hinge on the trigger. It's an assist, not the main act. A skilled shooter can still nail half MOA groups without the fanciest trigger. The real gem here is the stock. It's equipped with an embedded mini chassis that guarantees the impeccable bedding, similar to the approach taken by the Savage 110 Tactical, but executed even better. This stocks up the ante further with an adjustable comb height that you can tweak on the fly just like that. The length of pull is also customizable through the use of spacers, a cost-effective yet effective solution. Topping it off, there's a threaded muzzle with the option to slap on a core brake V3 and a medium profile barrel because this is essentially a hunting match rifle. Not to be missed are the quick detach spots for attachments and the ergonomic design that makes the stock oh so comfortable. Number 3. Tikka UPR. At number 3, we're shining a spotlight on the Tikka UPR. You might have been wondering why Tikka hasn't featured more on this list, but rest assured, they've earned their place. The Tikka UPR hits the market at around $1,400. Now, the Tikka UPR brings some serious value to the table. All T3X actions, including the UPR, are incredibly slick. The 60-degree bolt throw adds a layer of speed and ease to cycling. Tikka nails it with one of the finest triggers in the factory market. Not many, if any, factory rifles come with such a stellar trigger, unless they partner with the likes of Timney or Trigger Tech to optimize their triggers, a scenario that occurs quite frequently. The barrel rocks a medium profile, and this particular one seems to sport a 20-inch profile. Oddly, it's fitted with a .308 muzzle brake, even though it's a 6.5 Creedmoor. Not a deal breaker, but a 6.5 muzzle brake would have been a more fitting choice. Now onto the stock. It's lightweight and ergonomically designed, featuring 2 QD slots on one side, but none on the other. The bottom boasts a dual sling swivel stud, slap on a Caldwell bipod, or opt for Area 419's pick rail, then attach your preferred bipod. Worth noting is how surprisingly light the UPR is, even when stacked against the HMR. This one's easily about 10% lighter, making a noticeable difference. In a head-to-head of hunting match rifles, I lean toward the UPR over the Bergara B14 HMR due to its impressive lightness. Also, it comes with a Picatinny rail, a feature not offered by many others out of the box. However, it's worth mentioning that the included rail is a 0 MOA rail, which is a bit of a letdown considering the competition it's up against. Number 2, Ruger RPR. Making its mark at number 2, we've got the Ruger RPR coming in at roughly $1,400. Now it's worth noting that the price used to be more wallet-friendly. The Ruger RPR actually played a pivotal role in popularizing and driving the modernization of this port, contributing significantly to where we stand today. Beyond its tactical aesthetic, the Ruger RPRs come loaded with a slew of features that earned them a solid reputation. To start, there's the 70-degree bolt throw, a folding stock, adjustable length of pull, and M-locks or key mods, depending on whether you're dealing with Gen 1s or beyond. It's not just about looks though. Ruger precision rifles have garnered a well-deserved reputation for their exceptional accuracy. On a personal note, while testing and developing loads for the rifles we've reviewed, the Ruger RPR stood out by delivering not 1, but 3 highly effective loads. This is quite exceptional, given that many rifles around this price range might offer just 1 good load that you refine from there, but the Ruger RPR sets itself apart with its triple threat of precision. And let's talk triggers. The Ruger RPR features an adjustable trigger, but from my experience, it exhibits a touch of creep. Yet, keep in mind that triggers aren't the sole determinants of a rifle's performance, they're just one piece of the puzzle, albeit an important one that might catch your attention. Number 1, Tikka TAC A1. Taking the crown at number 1 is the Tikka TAC A1, the pinnacle of a true factory precision rifle. A solid stock is essential, but the Tikka TAC A1 goes beyond that. It's a sibling to the Tikka UPR, the Tikka CTR, and the Tikka T3X, with a standout feature being its medium profile barrel and its inclination toward being more of a chassis rifle than a stock model. The folding stock is a standout feature. Not only is it sleek, but it also locks in place with a simple button press. This level of functionality isn't commonly found on budget rifles, but then again, this rifle isn't exactly budget-friendly. With a price tag hovering around $2,200, it's an investment, but one that promises exceptional quality. The action maintains the smoothness seen in the UPR. The differences, if any, are minuscule when it comes to this rifle. Both the TAC A1 and the Tikka UPR offer the option of a set trigger or a dual-stage trigger. In this TAC A1 model, a 2-stage trigger is the choice, breaking as cleanly as its UPR counterpart. If you want the best factory precision rifle, the TAC A1 is worthy of consideration.